All right, here we go. So I decided that I would challenge myself to do all of my virtual book club posts, video posts, because I'm trying to challenge myself to do videos. I have a really hard time with it. Matter of fact, I'm trying to find great places to do videos that have minimal background noise and great lighting, which it's dreary here in Texas, so this isn't helping. Place to set my camera up so it's not tilted all some kind of crazy way. So I just got done walking all over the house that I'm staying in to try to find a good place. So this seemed to be the best one that I could find, so this is where we're going to do it. Right now we are reading Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. I finished up the introduction and the first 5 chapters of this book. In the intro, something that she said that I really liked was, it's impossible to become something new without acknowledging where you are. And I think that's really important. If you can't acknowledge, pros and cons to where you are in your life or who you are, whatever you're doing in your life, you really don't know where to start. And it's not to say that there's anything wrong with your life or there's anything wrong with you, but if you want to improve upon what's going on or your life in general, you got to know where you're starting at. I'll talk about 3 things that I did like in the first 5 chapters. The first thing that I really resonated with me was she talked about, this is your life, so take responsibility. That was one of the things that really impacted me, because until I took responsibility for my life, nothing changed. For the first, I want to say 38 years of my life, I didn't take responsibility for my life. Yeah, granted, when you're a kid, things happen that are out of your control, and when you're an adult, things happen when you're out of control, or out of your control. But that doesn't mean that you can use that as an excuse to not be who you want to be or get where you want to be. And that was one of the things that I finally started doing, was taking responsibility for my life. What I choose to do with the circumstances that happen to me or the circumstances that I create, that really was a turning point when that finally clicked with me. So I fully agree with that part of the chapter. The next one is stop breaking promises to yourself. I have been restarting running and lifting and so many other things, restart after restart after restart, because I keep breaking promises to myself. And I feel really bad. And what I also realized, as she talked about it in the book, is if you break promises to yourself, you're going to break promises to other people. And I started seeing that. Not only was I breaking promises to myself, but I was breaking them to my kids or anybody else that didn't hold me accountable. If somebody held me accountable, it's a little bit harder to break a promise, but who's going to hold you accountable when you're breaking promises to yourself? So that's the other one. And then the last one I want to talk about is, sometimes choosing to walk away can be the greatest self-love. And she talked about how it even could be something that breaks your heart. And that is so true. I've walked away from so many things that broke my heart, but it was the best thing that I had to do for myself. And it took time for me to get over the heartbreak, whether it's a person or a situation, or you just want something better, you want whatever, like my move, I just wanted something better. So reading this, though, there were, when people read books, I know sometimes they're like, oh, it's just not connecting with me. And there was actually an entire chapter that I didn't underline anything, which is rare. I usually underline stuff. I'm an underliner type of person. But it doesn't mean that there's not anything that I can take, that I can take from the book. Just because there's not every part of a book resonates with you doesn't mean that you don't take something from it. So if you get frustrated when you start reading a book, don't give up. Just finish reading it. And, maybe you'll get something out of it. And so that's one thing that I did notice when I was flipping back through it to get notes to do this video, was that there was an entire chapter that I did not connect with at all. Another part that I don't connect with, I don't understand the chapter titles. I don't understand the lies part. These are lies I told myself and how they connect to the chapter. But that's just probably me and my thought process. So it was one of the more frustrating things for me. So I actually stopped reading the chapter titles. I just would read the chapter, and it really helped with me. So find those different ways to get over any barriers you have when you're reading something, because you will probably still get something out of it. The other thing that I want to mention is that I really, really enjoyed her description of Beverly Hills in one of the chapters. When I go back home to California and I go and I walk around and I go do things, that's a lot of what I notice is the trees and just different visual things about, you know, where I'm from. And I really, really liked reading that paragraph. I think I know I read that paragraph twice because I really enjoyed reading it, because those are the things that I remember from my hometown. So just some things that I wanted to share with the first 5 chapters. If you haven't picked up the book and you want to read along with me, it's Girl Wash Your Feast by Rachel Hollis. You can get it on Amazon. You can probably get it at your local library or anything like that. It's not too late to get started. The chapters are short. I've only read the first 5. I'm reading them by 5 every week. So come and join me and do some growing with me, because that's the only reason why I get these books, is to try to grow and be the better person than I was yesterday. So thanks for listening.